I'm devastated. I'm disappointed. I'm in shock because it's like, that doesn't happen to me. You know, that's not my story. That's not how I wrote it.
So I was definitely tearing up during the scene with Sweet Tea at the doctor's office. The news she received was clearly very difficult to hear, but I applaud her for being so open and vulnerable in this moment and willing to share this part of her life with the audience. And I think that it's these moments of honesty and vulnerability with Sweet Tea that demonstrate why she might just be more of an asset to the show than we previously thought. So at the end of this week's episode, Sweet Tea finds herself in the doctor's office in tears, learning about her chances of getting pregnant and having a baby, which she just assumed would be easy to do once she and Dr. Gregory had gotten married.
But the one thing that will fulfill me is to be a mother, and I just see myself being a mom and fostering my kids, growing them up and, you know, instilling all these good values and morals into them. And like, you know, that's the reward in life. That's what I want. And if I don't get that, you know, I would be devastated.
My heart most definitely went out to her, though, when the doctor gave Sweet Tea her test results and a dose of reality in regards to her chances of fertility.
I think you have a couple of things going on. I really do think you have endometriosis. And you definitely have fibroids.
Okay.
I do think you will need surgery.
Okay. Is this going to affect me getting pregnant?
It does look like you may have some challenges.
Oh my God.
The doctor also told her that 50% of women with endometriosis can also have infertility, causing Sweet Tea to get emotional. And again, as a woman, I also felt myself getting emotional just hearing the news. But thank God for Dr. Simone, who did such an amazing job of just listening to Sweet Tea complain about her symptoms all season.
There are so many causes of pelvic pain, and so many of them are known to cause infertility.
And actually referred Sweet Tea to the Fibroid and Pelvic Wellness Center, which I myself am going to check out and see about making my own appointment. But special shout out to Dr. Simone, because it turns out Sweet Tea was in a lot of pain.
I've been having so much pain over the years, but it's gotten worse. I took a muscle relaxer.
You took a muscle relaxant this morning?
I took it all day yesterday. That's how bad the pain be.
I also thought it was interesting, very interesting, how Sweet Tea also touched on something that had become a very hot button issue over the Christmas break, and the reason why Dr. Jackie found herself in such hot water, and that's the issue of Black women in pain and their doctors.
Yeah, I think a lot of Black women are dismissed. I remember crying in my doctor's office, and I'm like, you know, I'm having all this pain, and she's like, well, it's just something you just got to deal with. And I was in tears.
Sweet Tea, to me, takes this whole idea of caring for Black women's health and brings it home. She brings the real humanity to the issue, because it's one thing to talk about it, whether you're talking to the vice president or not, but it's something else to see someone we care about really go through it. And putting a voice and a face to it, again, she could have kept all of this private, but the fact that she shared her experience means a lot and could really help somebody. It's definitely given Sweet Tea another layer to her character, and I'm glad to see it. But I do wish they had not filmed her giving her husband the news, because I felt like that specific moment should have been private. She had already given us enough.
So like my cysts are endometriosis related, and it's also a 50% chance that I may not be able to conceive. Baby, I'm really scared, and I'm really nervous about everything, because I've always wanted to have a baby, and I also want to give you that. We've been talking about that. I mean, that was like something that we talked about from day one.
And as soon as I was wiping my eyes a bit and feeling all of the feelings for Miss Sweet Tea, Dr. Heavenly got on that live and got into it with Sweet Tea and said, "At least I can have children. I have 3 kids." Then she said mockingly, "I'm praying for you, Sweet Tea. I'm praying for you to have some children." Let's talk about that. But before we get into this video, please do me a solid and hit that like button if you enjoy the content. Be sure to click on that subscribe button, and don't forget to click that notification bell for updates. Your support of the channel is immensely appreciated. Thank you. Now, I don't usually cover these lives, but I feel like there was a line crossed here. And if we can get into Dr. Jackie's grill about being insensitive towards black women and their health concerns, we can definitely get into Dr. Heavenly for using Sweet T's possible infertility diagnosis against her in a fight. But let's backtrack just a minute. In case you didn't catch the live, it's up on Phaedra's Instagram. Most of the cast were gathered on live to watch the latest episode and give their commentary, though it didn't seem like they were all that invested in the show because they were having a whole conversation about Sweet Tea being ageist and calling Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie grandmas, but no one was really offended or really being bothered until Dr. Heavenly got on the line like, are y'all talking about me? I heard y'all were talking about me.
Something about me.
Grandma.
Mama. Who married to their granddaddy? Who married to their granddaddy? You married to your granddaddy. You married to your granddaddy. All of us
You
put
married to grandma.
And it could have been funny. I mean, like hilarious, because Heavenly came on with, I don't know if that was a shower cap in her pajamas. I just loved it. Like, Heavenly don't give a damn. That was funny. However, as you can see, it became too hard to hear what either of the ladies were talking about. And then they started just talking over each other and started throwing insults. And it was anything but fun or funny to watch. Toya tried to calm them down, but to no avail.
I still watch the Beverly Hills Housewives, and they argue without yelling.
Okay, well,
I don't give a damn what them bitches do.
But she had the nerve enough to bring Quad into this, which really annoyed me because Quad was probably somewhere minding her business, not bothering anyone. And Heavenly had the nerve to insist Quad could take Dr. Gregory back if and when she wanted to. I know Quad had to sit up in her bed like, now how the hell did I get in this? Heavenly, stop. I was talking to the screen. Stop. But Heavenly was not through.
Somebody old. You 32 and you look older than all of us. You act older. I can have kids.
Oh.
What you want?
You're so ignorant, and you put on a white coat every fucking day and don't know what the
fact. I've done it 3 times. Let me help you.
You
If you would have talked to me, you already different. You just ignorant. You don't know anything.
You dumb.
Guys, even though I know Sweet Tea was throwing shade, calling Heavenly grandma, whatever, this kind of attack was so unwarranted. No woman should ever come for another woman and use her fertility issues as ammunition. I don't care what the argument is about. It was so far below the belt, it was sickening. And I usually like Dr. Heavenly when she does her lives with Carlos King because she's messy and she can usually get people together. But this took on a whole other life of its own. This was not fun shade. This wasn't just sparring verbally with someone. I mean, when Heavenly told Sweet Tea, your man is older than all of us, that was funny. And that's the lane it should have stayed in. But some people did take Heavenly's side, though, saying Sweet Tea was in the wrong. But I don't think she said anything bad or as bad to Dr. Heavenly as Dr. Heavenly said to her. I mean, Dr. Heavenly even suggested that since Dr. Gregory was closer in age to Sweet Tea's mother, Dr. Gregory should just date her mother. Girl, what? That live was just crazy. But you all let me know down in the comments if you were able to catch the latest episode of Married to Medicine and if you saw that god-awful live they did, which just soured the whole episode to me. And you all let me know what you think. Do you think it was fair game to bring Quad's name up in that fight? Do you believe the other women on that live should have stood up more for Sweet Tea? Or do you think all bets are off when you're verbally sparring? Because some people believe everything's on the table once we get into it. But I believe there are definite lines you should never cross. But be sure to drop down in the comments and share your thoughts and opinions. And of course, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and hit that like button if you got anything out of the content. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click that notification bell for updates. Thank you.